You can find hundreds of thousands of accounts from completely normal people who swear they have seen a ghost, and our culture is flooded with it, from blockbuster movies claiming to be entirely factual to heavily equipped television crews tracking invisible entities in the dark. Take the famous 1989 case of Bollywood star Dimple Kapadia. While shooting the mystery film Lakin in a sprawling palace in Jaipur, she retired to her bedroom for the night. She claimed a woman materialized on her bed, sitting beside her. She even spoke to the woman, feeling an undeniable, eerie certainty that she was sitting next to a spirit. Today, the claims have upgraded from bedside anecdotes to digital data. You can find self-proclaimed paranormal experts confidently claiming to be communicating directly with deceased celebrities, like Sushant Singh Rajput. With so many seemingly rational eyewitnesses and modern ghost hunters bringing actual technical data into the field, we face a genuine problem. You can't simply wave away thousands of terrifying experiences as mere fairy tales. We have to look at the mechanics behind the curtain. Because when you gather every single piece of supernatural evidence ever recorded, it all falls apart under three very terrestrial explanations. First, deliberate fraud. Then, biological blind spots and misunderstood technology. We have to start with the people who are intentionally lying. In the 1800s, three siblings in America, known as the Fox sisters, built a massive spiritualist empire. Grieving families paid heavy sums to sit in rooms with them while the sisters asked questions to the dead, receiving answers in the form of mysterious, heavy banging on the walls and floors. Years later, one of the sisters publicly confessed there was absolutely no ghost. They were tying small objects to strings and dropping them, or simply cracking their toes loudly against the floorboards to mimic supernatural knocking. They exploited people desperate to speak to lost loved ones. This exact blueprint carries forward into modern legends, like the Amityville haunted house. The murderer claimed demonic voices made him kill his family, a lie crafted to save himself. The next family to move in happily faked their own ghost sightings, explicitly assuming the media frenzy would secure them lucrative book and film deals. And today's internet ghost hunters are pulling the exact same con. To generate those viral videos of celebrities speaking from the dead, fraudsters scrape old interview clips, isolate the audio, manipulate the pitch, and run it through static to simulate a spirit box. It guarantees them high views and heavy ad revenue. When the evidence for a haunting looks suspiciously perfect, the most reliable scientific explanation is almost always a hidden financial or legal motive. But let's set the fraudsters aside. Many people who claim to have paranormal encounters are telling the absolute truth about what they experienced. They are victims of the ideomotor effect. Your brain triggers unconscious movements, bypassing conscious awareness. Using a Ouija board, subconscious memories secretly signal your hand muscles. You literally push the planchette yourself, convinced an external force is moving your arms. This trick of the mind scales up to entire groups through mass psychogenic illness, sometimes called shared psychotic disorder. Under intense emotional stress, a delusion originating in one person can literally infect the others, causing the whole family to hallucinate the same supernatural threat. We have documented tragic evidence of this. The mass suicide of 11 family members in Barauri is a textbook case of a shared psychological extreme. Similarly, an Australian family of 5 once fled their home on a sudden road trip, convinced a phantom entity was trying to kill them. Your brain is a powerful reality generation engine. Whether you're an actress like Dimple Kapadia, exhausted from a 14-hour shift playing a ghost, or a grieving family isolated together, the human mind is fully capable of constructing an entirely artificial, terrifying reality. So if the eyewitnesses are compromised by their own biology, what about the hard technical data? Ghost hunters love to deploy heavy Pelican cases full of sophisticated gear, specifically relying on infrared and thermal cameras to catch invisible entities. This view through the screen of a thermal camera is often presented as a ghostly apparition. In reality, infrared only captures residual temperature changes. If a crew member leans against a wall and walks away, or someone steps out of a bathroom with wet feet, the lingering thermal signature looks exactly like a glowing humanoid shape on the monitor. Then there is the holy grail of paranormal investigation, the EMF, or electromagnetic field meter. Ghost hunters hold these out, waiting for the flashing lights that indicate a spirit is drawing near. The lights flash, all right, because the meter is actively detecting waves bouncing off their cell phones, their two-way radios, and the massive camera battery packs. Even a mouse triggering a motion sensor light will cause an EMF spike. These investigators aren't discovering the supernatural. They are taking standard diagnostic tools and intentionally misinterpreting basic false positives. Hollywood heavily weaponizes this confusion. When the horror film Veronica released in 2017, the marketing heavily promoted that the story of a girl possessed by a demon after a solar eclipse was inspired by true events. The actual police report regarding the real girl, Estefania, mentions unexplained noises in the house. The film director took that single detail, altered the timeline, and completely omitted the medical reality. Estefania likely suffered from a severe, undiagnosed psychotic disorder and terminal seizures. Movie studios and 24-hour news networks eagerly perpetuate these altered stories, exposing a YouTube grifter, explaining the ideomotor effect, or pointing out a thermal reflection doesn't drive television ratings or box office sales. Pure, unexplainable fear does. There is absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying a horror movie. The adrenaline rush of a well-told ghost story is a great thrill. But the next time you see a ghost on a screen or watch an investigator's meter light up in the dark, remember that you aren't looking at the afterlife. You are looking at human psychology, aggressive capitalist marketing, and a very confused piece of radio equipment.